Hello. I think we're in the process of getting us all ready to go. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is what day is it? It is Monday. Monday, April 27th, 2020. This is St. Bernard's Books with Mrs. Brickson, and I am Laura Brickson, the principal here at St. Bernard's. This is number 26. Number 26. Remember, we didn't have one on last Thursday, but we're back. We're back. And it is so good to see all hear of you guys. Please make sure in your comments, so that you write down in there, you say hi or something, just so I kind of know who's here. Otherwise, I can't tell who's here with this different setting. I'm just writing that down so that people can kind of say hi to me. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, and again, if for some reason that you miss out, make sure that you go to this link, and this has all of our and I know since there's a couple missing, I'm not sure why, but I will go and check and to make sure that we get all caught up. Anyway, St. Bernard's Books with Mrs. Brickson. So with that, we're going to get started with our very beginning. Let's start at the beginning. Axel's on. Go, Axel. Go, Axel. He's the first one to say hi to me. Hello. And here we go. Here we go. Difference. We can make a difference. Go make a difference in the world. Go make a difference. We can make a difference. Go make a difference in the world. All right. Good to see all you guys. Good to see you. We are back. We're back. Even though it was a Monday, back from the weekend. It was a glorious weekend. Beautiful, beautiful. I spent a lot of time outside in my yard, and hopefully you did too. And we needed to get raking out some old dead leaves, are all squishy, and put up our patio furniture and put lights up around our deck. So now we have a nice place to stay. And also, Aurora's here, and Aurora, hello. Thanks again, Aurora, for those red cups with the treats in there. Very good. Very good. Very good. And I'm not sure. Things seem to be flickering. I don't know if anyone else is noticing that or why things seem to be flickery, but maybe, I don't know if somebody else can understand that or not. Does it seem to be kind of flickering for you guys? If someone could answer, that would be great. Just kind of type in a comment. Anywho, with that, let's talk about our joke of the day. What is fast, loud, and crunchy? What is fast, loud, and crunchy? A rocket chip. Come on. A rocket chip. Get it? It's like a potato chip, but like a rocket chip. What is loud, fast, and crunchy? A rocket chip. Wow, that was not the best joke. That was not the best joke. Anyway, it is so good to see all of you. And remember, we are reading Judy Blume, Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing. And we are going to continue. We are zooming along, you guys, on this. We are zooming along. We probably just have today and tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday. And then after this, it doesn't look okay. It is going to be, we're going to do a whole series of different
picture books, which would be like a picture book each day. And those are going to be really, really good. And so we have some of those coming up. Anyway, let us begin. Tales of Fourth Grade Nothing by Judy Blume. Chapter 7, The Flying Train Committee. Page 70, if you're following along. In January, our class started a project in the city. Mrs. Haver, our teacher, divided us up into committees where we live. That way we could work at home. My committee was me, Jimmy Fargo, and Sheila. Our topic was transportation. We decided to make my apartment the meeting place because I'm the only one of us who's got his own bedroom. In a few weeks, each committee has to hand in a booklet, a poster, and be ready to give an oral report, a report out loud. The first day we got together after school, we bought a yellow poster board. Jimmy wanted a blue one, but Sheila talked him out of it. Yellow is a much brighter color, she explained. Everything will show up on it. Blue is too dull. Sheila thinks she's smarter than me and Jimmy put together, just because she's a girl. So right away, she told us she would be in charge of our booklet, and me and Jimmy could do most of the poster, as long as we check with her first to make sure she likes our ideas. We agreed, since Sheila promised to do 10 pages of written work, and we would only have to do 5. After we bought the yellow poster board, we went to the library. We took out 7 books on transportation. We wanted to learn all we could about speed, traffic congestion, and pollution. We arranged to meet on Tuesdays and Thursday afternoons for the next 2 weeks. Our first few committee meetings turned out like this. We got to my place by 3:30, had a snack, then played with dribble for a half an hour. Sheila gave up on cooties when Fudge lost his front teeth, but it still isn't much fun to have her hanging around. She's always complaining that she got stuck with the worst possible committee, and that me and Jimmy fool around more than we work. We only put up with her because we had no choice. Sheila and Jimmy have to be home for supper before 5:30, so at 5 o'clock, we start cleaning up. We keep our equipment under my bed in a shoebox. We have a set of magic markers, Elmer's glue, Scotch tape, a really sharp pair of scissors, and a container of silver sparkle. Sheila carries our committee booklet back and forth with her. She doesn't trust us enough to leave it at my house. The poster board fits under my bed, along with our supplies. We stack the library books on my desk. The reason I make sure we clean up is that my mother told me that if I left a mess, we'd have to find some other place to work. By our 3rd meeting, I told Jimmy and Sheila that I'd figured out the solution to New York City's traffic problems. We just have to get rid of the traffic, I said. There shouldn't be any cars or buses or taxis allowed in the city. What we really need is a citywide monorail system. That's too expensive, Sheila said, and it sounds good, but not practical. I disagree, I told Sheila. It's very practical. Besides getting rid of all the traffic, it'll get rid of all the pollution too, and it'll get rid of people to where they want to get to faster. But it's not practical, Peter, Sheila said again. It costs too much. Opened one of my books on transportation and read Sheila a quote. A monorail system is the hope of the future. I cleared my throat and I looked up. But we can't write a report on just about the monorail, Sheila said. We'll never be able to fill 20 written pages with that. We can write big, Jimmy suggested. No, Sheila said. I want a good mark on this project. Peter, you can write your 5 pages about the monorail system and how it works. Jimmy, you can write your 5 pages about pollution caused by transportation. And I'll write my 10 pages on the history of transportation in the city. Sheila folded her arms and smiled. Can I write big? Jimmy asked. I don't care how big you write as long as you put your name on the 5 pages, Sheila told him. That's not fair, Jimmy said. This is supposed to be a group project. Why should I have to put my name on my 5 pages? Then don't write big, Sheila shouted. Okay, I'll write so small, Mrs. Haver will need a microscope to see the letters. Very funny, Sheila said. Look, I told both of them. I think all of your written work should be the same handwriting. That's the only fair way. Otherwise, Mrs. Haver will know who did what, and it wouldn't be a good group project. Say, that's a good idea, Jimmy said. Which one of us has the best handwriting? Me and Jimmy looked at Sheila. Well, I do have nice and even script, Sheila said. But if I'm going to copy over your written work, you better give it to me by next Tuesday. Otherwise, I won't have enough time to do the job. And you two better get going on your poster. Sheila talked like she was the teacher and we were the kids. Me and Jimmy designed the whole poster ourselves. We used the pros and cons of each kind of transportation. It was really clever. We divided the chart into land, sea, and air, and we planned an illustration for each, with the airplane done in silver sparkle and the letters done in red and blue magic marker. We got halfway through the lettering that day. We also sketched in the ship, the plane, and the truck. When Sheila saw it, she asked, Is that supposed to be a train? No, I told her, it's a truck. Well, it doesn't look like one, she said. It will, Jimmy told her, when it's finished. I hope so, Sheila said, because right now it looks like a flying train. That's because the ground's not underneath it yet, Jimmy said. Yeah, I agreed. See, we've got to make it look like it's on the street. Right now it does kind of look like it's up in space. And so does the ship, Sheila said. We'll put some water lines around it, I told her. And some clouds around the plane, Sheila said. Listen, Jimmy hollered, did anybody else tell you you're too bossy? The poster is ours. You do the booklet. Remember, that's the way that you wanted it. See, there you go again, Sheila said. You keep forgetting that this is a committee. We're supposed to work on it together. Working on it together doesn't mean you give the orders and we carry them out, Jimmy said. My feelings exactly, I thought. Sheila didn't answer Jimmy. She picked up her things, got her coat, and left. I hope she never gets back, Jimmy said. She'll be back, I told him. We're on her committee. Jimmy laughed. Yeah, we're all one big happy committee. I put her poster under the bed, said goodbye to Jimmy, and then washed up for supper. My mother was being pretty nice about our committee meetings. She arranged to have Fudge play at Ralph's apartment on Tuesdays and at Jenny's on Thursdays. Sam has chickenpox, so he can't play at all. I was glad that next week would be our last committee meeting after school. I was sick of Sheila, and I was getting sick of transportation. Besides, now that I knew a monorail system was the only way to save our city, I was getting upset that the mayor and all the other guys were running things at City Hall weren't doing anything about installing one. I know that's the best method of city transportation. How come they don't know it? The next day, when I came home from school, I went into my bedroom to see Dribble like I always do. Fudge was there, sitting on my bed. Why are you in my room? I said. He smiled. You know you're not supposed to be in here. This is my room. Wanna see? Fudge said. See what? Wanna see? What are you talking about? He jumped off my bed and crawled underneath it, and he came up with our poster. He held it up and he said, See? Pretty. What did you do? I yelled. What did you do to our poster? It was covered all over with scribbles in every color of magic marker. It was ruined. It was a mess, and it was ruined. I was ready to kill Fudge. I grabbed my poster and ran to the kitchen to show my mother. I could hardly speak. Look, I said, feeling a little bit in my throat. Just look at what he did to my poster. I felt tears come to my eyes, and I didn't care. How could you let him? I asked my mother. How don't you care about me? I threw the poster down and ran into my room. I slammed the door, took off my shoe, and flung it at the wall. It made a black mark where it hit the wall. Well, so what? Soon, I heard my mother hollering, and then Fudge crying. After a while, my mother knocked on the bedroom door and called, Peter, may I come in? I didn't answer. She opened the door and walked over to the bed. She sat down next to me. I'm very sorry, she said. I still didn't say anything. Peter, she began. I didn't look at her. She touched my arm. Peter, please listen. Don't you see, Mom? I can never do homework without him messing it up. It just isn't fair. I wish he was never been born. Never. I hate him. No, you don't hate him, my mother said. You just think you do. Don't tell me, I said. I mean it. I really cannot stand that kid. You're angry, my mother told me. I know that, and I don't blame you. But you had no right to touch your poster. I spanked him. You did? I asked. Fudge never gets spanked. My parents didn't believe in spanking. You really spanked him? I said again. Yes, my mother said. Hard? I asked. On his backside, she told me. I thought that was over. Peter, my mother put my arm around me. I'll buy you a new poster board tomorrow. It was really my fault. I should never have let him into your room. That's why I need a lock on my door, I said. I don't like locks on the door. We're a family. We don't have to lock each other out. If I had a lock, Fudge wouldn't have gotten on my poster. It won't happen again, Mother promised. I wanted to believe her, but I didn't. Unless she tied him up, I knew my brother would get into my room again. Oh, there's a bunch of different comments on this side. Hold on. Olver's watching. Hello. Oh, Boutains. Zeers, yes. Hello, Moonies. Boutains, yes. Oh, so good to see you guys. The next day, while I was at school, my mother bought a new yellow poster board. The hard part was explaining to Jimmy that we had to start all over again. He was a good sport about it. He said this time he'd make sure the truck didn't look like a flying train. And I said this time I'd make pencil marks first so my letters didn't go uphill. Our committee met that afternoon. Sheila didn't mention the last time. Neither did we. Me and Jimmy worked on the poster while Sheila copied our written work into the booklet. We'd be ready to give our oral report to the class on Monday. Not like some committees who hadn't even started yet. By 5 o'clock, we'd finished our poster, and Sheila was almost done for the cover of our booklet. Jimmy walked over and stood behind her, watching her work. After a minute, he yelled, "What do you think you're doing, Sheila?" I got up from the floor and joined them at my desk. I took a look at the cover. It's pretty nice. It said, Transportation in the City. Under that, it said, by Sheila Tubman, Peter Hatcher, and James Fargo. Under that, in small letters, it said, handwritten by Miss Sheila Tubman. Now I knew why Jimmy was mad. Oh, no, I said, holding my head in my hand. How could you? Sheila didn't say anything. It's not fair. We didn't put our names on the poster. But the cover's done, Sheila said. Can't you see that? I'll never get the letters so straight again. It looks perfect. Oh, no, Jimmy shouted. We're not handling the booklet like that. I'll rip it up before I let you. He grabbed the booklet and threatened to tear it in half. Sheila screamed, You wouldn't! I'll kill you! Give it back to me, Jimmy Fargo. She was ready to cry. I knew Jimmy wouldn't tear it up, but I didn't say so. Peter, make him give it back. Will you take off that line about your handwriting? I asked. I can't. It'll ruin the booklet. Then I think you should rip it up, I said. Sheila stamped her foot. Oh, I hate you both. You don't really, I told her. You just think you do. I know I do, Sheila cried. That's because you're angry right now, I said, and I couldn't help smiling. See, that's kind of like the same thing that his mom said before, too. Carol's watching. Hi, Carol. Hello, Carol. Sheila jumped up and tried to get the booklet, but Jimmy held it over his head, and he's much taller than Sheila. She had no chance at all. Finally, she sat down and she whispered, I give up. You win. I'll take my name off. You promise? Jimmy asked. I promise, Sheila said. Jimmy set the booklet down on the desk in front of Sheila. Okay, he said, start. I'm not going to make a whole new cover, Sheila said. What I'll do is I'll turn this bottom line into a decoration. She picked up a magic marker and made little flowers out of the words. Soon, handwritten by Miss Sheila Tubman, turned into 16 small flowers. There, she said. It's done. It looks pretty good, I told her. It would look better without those flowers, Jimmy said. But at least it's fair now. That night I showed my mother and father my new poster. They thought it was great, especially our silver sparkle airplane. My mother put the poster on top of the refrigerator so it would be safe until the next day when I would take it to school. Now, I had nothing to worry about. Sheila had the booklet, the poster was safe, and our committee was finished before schedule. I went into my room to relax. Fudge was sitting on the floor near my bed. My shoebox of supplies was in front of him. His face was a mess of magic marker colors, and he was using my extra sharp scissors to snip away his hair. And the hair that he snipped was dripping into Dribble's bowl, which it had in front of him on the floor. See, he said, see, Fudge. Fudge is a barber. That night, I found out my hair does not hurt my turtle. I picked off every strand off of his shell. I cleaned out his bowl and washed off his rocks. He seemed happy. 2 things happened the next day. One was my mother had to take Fudge to get to a real barber to do something about his hair. He had plenty left in the back, but just about nothing left up on top. The barber said there wasn't much he could do until his hair grew back. Between his fangs and his hair, he was getting funnier looking every day. The second was my father came home with a chain latch for my bedroom door. I could reach it when I stood on tiptoe, but that brother of mine couldn't reach it at all, no matter what. Our committee was the first to give its report. Mrs. Haver said we did a super job. She liked our poster a lot. She thought that the silver sparkle airplane was the best. The only thing she asked us was, how come we included a picture of a flying train? And we're going to stop there. It looks like we have probably about 2 days left. Probably Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm guessing, before we finish the book. Okay? So, yes, you never know what's going to happen with Fudge. Remember, those of you who are just coming in, if for some reason you came in late and you missed some of this, remember to go to our website. Go to the website on YouTube. This is a YouTube library link. And I will get things. I see there's a couple missing. I don't know how that happened. Or they're in a different spot. I think I've uploaded them, but I didn't add them to that library. And then starting Thursday, I'm going to start with a whole bunch of different picture books. And that'll be like a different book each day. I'll be doing that for a while. I also have some other things in the hopper that I'm planning. And I'm hoping to start up. I'm not sure. I have to get the schedule. 2 things. Lunch with your class and lunch with the principal. We'll have like a Zoom meeting, and you can bring your lunch, and your class will be on here, just your class. And then also something too, and I can't remember the exact name of it. I'm trying to remember the name. But it is just a second, I gotta find it. It's called Kindness 101 for kids and adults too. So Kindness 101 with Steve Hartman. And it's going to be like this cool little video show lesson, whatever. And we'll talk about it a little bit too. But that's coming up. And so we have a bunch of other fun things that we're doing. Please know that I love you very much. I miss you very much. And let's get one of our fun. Let's get back here. I'm trying to get to our, sorry guys, praise and worship song. We're going to do, this time we're going to do, Lord, I lift your name on high. So everybody stand up. Stand up. Carol, if you're watching, you got to stand up too. Get up, Carol. So this is your chance to do a little dancing, right? Do a little dancing. See if you can do their steps, or you can do your own steps. See, the words are right there.
I'm so glad you're in my life. I'm so glad you came to save us. You came from heaven to earth to show the way. From the earth to the cross, my debts paid. From the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I love to sing your praise.
Whoops.
I'm so glad you're in my life. I'm so glad you came to save us. You came from heaven to earth to show the way. From the earth to the cross, my debts to pay. From the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name on high.
Get dancing, guys. Get moving. It's more
Lord, I
fun.
lift your name on high.
Freestyle. Do your own stuff now.
You came from heaven to earth to show the way. From the earth to the cross, my debts to pay. From the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name on high. You came from heaven to earth to show the way. From the earth to the cross, my debts to pay. From the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name on high. You came from heaven to earth to show the way. From the earth to the cross, my debts to pay. From the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I lift your name on high.
Woohoo! Was it fun? Definitely fun. Definitely fun. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Be on the lookout for all sorts of different wonderful, fun things coming up. And get outside. Really important. You know, next time I read to you, bring this outside. Maybe you can listen to it outside as well. Okay? And here's our closing.
Make a difference. We can make a difference. Go make a difference in the world. Go make a difference. You can make a difference. Go make a difference in the world. Go make a difference in the world. Go make a difference in the world.
Awesome. Have a wonderful day, everybody. We'll see you later.